Hello, this is the TradeSite US Stocks, Futures, and Forex Market Preview. Really mostly stocks and futures for Thursday the 27th of October and Friday the 28th of October. As usual, we don't typically do market previews for Fridays. Getting near the end of the month, amazingly in the end of October already. Monday is Halloween here in the US, so it's not a holiday, it's not a bank holiday, it's not a stock market holiday, but it is a day that tends to be a little bit slow. It's also the end of the month, last day of the month for statement printing and all that stuff, and we're trying to wrap up earnings season and all that stuff here. So, for all intents and purposes, Friday here could be and Monday could be but we will see what happens. We had a pretty negative day today after some warnings from Google and Microsoft. We had another hit to Meta after the market today, and yet the futures, even with that, showing currently for tomorrow morning plus 12 on the ES, and plus 31 on the NKs. We'll see what that means by morning, but that's really interesting as everybody starts to talk about how bad projections are, and then we're just whatever. Here's the ES front month futures contract daily chart. It's the proper way to look at the market, and again, we've bounced off the lows, but we're nowhere near a 13 signal yet. Feels like we could still head lower, but we'll see what happens. Let's go through the major indices. So the S&P cash was down 28.51 on the session. Nasdaq 100 was down 264.10. This is the one that looks a little bit worse, I would say, in general. The SOX was down 28.36. Still hanging near lows, looks very much like the Nasdaq. Biotech's up 57.39 in the higher end of the range for the year. Russell 2000 was actually up 8. That's interesting. The economy is falling apart. You don't usually expect the small caps to be strong. Crude oil down up 10 cents to 88.01. We had made it back into the 70s on this stuff. Gold down $1.30. Advanced decline ratio on the Nasdaq is up plus 592. On the New York, it's plus 595. Nasdaq volume 5.3 billion shares. One of the better days, but again, remember earnings season, and with Google and Microsoft being so heavy on volume, that's really where the volume was. It's a couple stocks. VIX down $1.18, continues to slide. Never got to a 13 there, never got over 40. Still doesn't feel like a bottom to me. The trend closes at 0.85. And that 10-day moving average is still at 0.77. That is a sell signal on the market. So, everything that's going on, look out. Apple down $2.99. Amazon was down $4.94. And playing with that 10-day moving average. Meta down $7.69, but then down quite a bit more in the aftermarket, 20% or so in the aftermarket. Google loses $9.55, sitting at or near lows. Goldman Sachs up $3.29. Netflix up $7.60. Netflix on a pretty good rally, actually, if you think about it. Peloton almost could stop following this one. I think this is a buyout candidate at some point, but it's at $7.69, up 21 cents. TLT, the 20-year bond ETF, up $1.37. Tesla up $2.22, but that's off of recent lows. Zoom down 72 cents. The VXX doesn't really matter. And Nvidia down $3.65. Put call ratios at 0.96. Bitcoin's at almost 21,000 again. The Dow was up 2 points. That's not even worth talking about. And we look at the intra-day action. Here's what you get. So again, Monday, or if we go back, right? So far we had Monday was a little gap up, filled the gap, and then drifted higher. Tuesday was kind of a flat opening and drifted higher. And then Wednesday was a gap down, and it was worse on the Nasdaq. Rallied into green territory and filled, and then closed at the lows. Very strange activity. In terms of economic data that's left for the week, we've got the advanced GDP, the first look at second quarter GDP here. I'm sorry, third quarter GDP here. It'd be interesting to see what that one is. It's expected at 2.3%, which is positive. Obviously, a big miss there could be a problem. Durable goods up 0.6. The unemployment rates, initial and continuing jobless claims, plus 226,000 is the expectation. Got the press conference. We got the rate announcement out of Europe overnight. The press conference a little bit later. Natty gas here in the U.S. at 10:30. On Friday, there's personal core PCE price index here. personal income and spending, pending home sales, University of Michigan sentiment. And that will wrap up pretty much October. And then next week we still have many weeks until Thanksgiving and all that stuff. Charts as usual brought to you by eSignal. If you've not yet taken a trial of our services, feel free to do so. We will help you out for a couple weeks. Have a great trading week.